Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Early Childhood Australia Code of Ethics workshop. This workshop will focus on the section of the Code of Ethics called Commitments in Relation to Children. Introduction. The Code of Ethics contains principles of actions which educators and staff are committed to following. Actions relate to children, colleagues, families, communities, and the profession of early childhood education and care. This workshop focuses upon commitments in relation to children. In relation to children, I will do the following. Act in the best interests of all children. Create and maintain safe, healthy, inclusive environments that support children's agency and enhance their learning. Provide a meaningful curriculum to enrich children's learning, balancing child and educator-initiated experiences. Understand and be able to explain to others how play and leisure enhance children's learning, development, and well-being. So let's go through each one with more attention and with more detail. First, acting in the best interests of all children. Let's take an example. An educator has 4 toddlers in care. The educator has just installed brand new carpet and she does not want it to get dirty. She makes sure children do not play anything that is messy, such as painting. Is the educator acting in the best interests of all children? No, the educator is restricting types of activities and the ways children can learn. This is not in the best interests of the children. How can the educator make sure to act in the best interests of all children? One answer could be use a large bedsheet to cover the play area and allow children to engage in suitable messy play. The next point, create and maintain safe, healthy, inclusive environments that support children's agency and enhance their learning. This is the next commitment that educators have towards children. Now, what does a safe, healthy, inclusive environment look like? It's an environment clean and tidy, free of safety hazards. Activities are available for children of all ages and abilities. No child is left out. Now, how do we support children's agency? We give children choices. And we ask their permission. Would you like to finish painting now, for example? The next commitment is commitment to provide a meaningful curriculum to enrich children's learning, balancing child and educator-initiated experiences. Now, what's a meaningful curriculum? For example, if the educator chooses games and activities which help children learn specific things linked to the learning outcome, that's a meaningful curriculum. What are experiences initiated by child and educator? For example, children say, "Can we play Simon Says?" The educator says, "Sure, after that, let's write a poem." So we can see the children and the educator initiating experiences or suggesting activities. What is not a meaningful curriculum? For example, the educator finds some activities that the children can do until parents come to pick them up. That's not a very meaningful curriculum. Children do not think of any activities to do, they only do activities provided by the educator. So that is not an example of children initiating experiences. The next commitment is the commitment to understand and be able to explain to others how play and leisure enhance children's learning, development, and well-being. Play and games are not just for fun. Learning is happening even when children play. Think about, what do children learn from playing I Spy with My Little Eye? You should be able to explain how development and well-being are affected by play and leisure. Think about, what are some ways that children's well-being benefits from physical play? Okay, now we come to the next set of commitments in relation to children. In relation to children, I will do the following. Ensure childhood is a time for being in the here and now and not solely about preparation for the future. Collaborate with children as global citizens in learning about our shared responsibilities to the environment and humanity. And value the relationship between children and their families and enhance these relationships through my practice. So let's look at each one in more detail. The first commitment is the commitment to ensure childhood is a time for being in the here and now and not solely about preparation for the future. So the first point is being in the here and now. For example, you can say to a child, you can have fun drawing whatever you like. It's okay to spend time chatting with your friends. That means you are letting the child enjoy being present and doing what they're doing. What is preparation for the future about? For example, saying to a child, you need to learn your spelling so you can do well in high school. Or saying to a child, don't waste time talking to friends, instead focus on reading so you can be ready for reading in high school. That kind of language is just about preparation for the future. So we need to balance between preparation for the future and also enjoying the present. The next commitment is the commitment to collaborate with children as global citizens in learning about our shared responsibilities to the environment and humanity. Global citizens are aware of different cultures and different countries around the world. Talk to children about some of the challenges occurring in the world and what we can do to help. Talk to children about being environmentally responsible through reducing, reusing, and recycling. The next commitment is the commitment to value the relationship between children and their families and enhance these relationships through my practice. You should encourage children to appreciate and talk about their family. Family can include parents, grandparents, uncles, aunties, siblings, cousins, and anyone else. Think about what are some ways you can help children build better relationships with their families. Now we come to another set of commitments in relation to children. In relation to children, I will do the following. Ensure that children are not discriminated against on the basis of gender, sexuality, age, ability, economic status, family structure, lifestyle, ethnicity, religion, language, culture, or national origin. Negotiate children's participation in research by taking into account their safety, privacy, levels of fatigue, and interest. Respect children as capable learners by including their perspectives in teaching, learning, and assessment. And safeguard the security of information and documentation about children, particularly when shared on digital platforms. Let's look at each one in some more detail. The first one is a commitment to ensure that children are not discriminated against on the basis of gender, sexuality, age, ability, economic status, family structure, lifestyle, ethnicity, religion, language, culture, or national origin. The next commitment is the commitment to negotiate children's participation in research by taking into account their safety, privacy, levels of fatigue, and interest. Some educators and early childhood teachers use children's activities to study children's learning and produce research results. Children's activities can be used to experiment different learning methods, but you should consider the children's needs first. An example of research: do younger children learn better when guided by older children compared to being guided by the educator? The next commitment is commitment to respect children as capable learners by including their perspectives in teaching, learning, and assessment. Children can suggest when they are ready to learn something or when they feel confident they have learned something. Children can also suggest different ways to learn. Think of examples of children reflecting on their own learning. The next commitment is the commitment to safeguard the security of information and documentation about children, particularly when shared on digital platforms. All photos of and records of children should be securely stored. Medical information of children is extremely private and must not be disclosed to anyone. Remember to hold records for 3 years after the end of the child's enrollment or until the child turns 25 for records relating to illness, injury, and incidents. That's it. Thank you very much for watching our presentation on commitments in relation to children in the Early Childhood Code of Ethics. The next presentation we will record and upload is commitments in relation to colleagues. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.